Hello, welcome. Well, I want to welcome you to the first of a series of weekly live Zooms that I'm going to be doing, having to do with marketing your summer camps. And welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I want to tell you that this is being recorded. And if you're able to, you may be watching this on YouTube. And if you are, welcome. And you may be watching it on Zoom. But most of the time, these weekly presentations are going to be held in our private Facebook group. I'm Ann Potter with Camps Rock, and we have a Facebook group called Summer Camp Marketing Support Group. And so if you got to this Zoom from the email that we sent you earlier today, then the link to get to that Facebook group is in that email. If you are watching this on YouTube and you're sort of interested in the topic of marketing your summer camps and having a support group to do that, then you can join our free Facebook group, and I will have the link to get to that in the description of this YouTube video. So one of the things that I wanted to mention, sort of what this group is for, it is a professional group for people who are either own a summer camp or are directors, summer camp directors, or in charge of running a summer camp or in charge of marketing a summer camp. It is a group of professionals who are essentially in that summer camp space and wanting to find new information about ways that they can market their summer camp. So that is what this group is for. It's a great place to ask questions if you're having problems, if you have a challenge that's unique to your sort of part of the world or your kind of business or whatever. You can ask questions in there. It is a national, it's United States and Canada is where most of our customers are. And so it's a great place to share information. Also, if you have done some marketing of your own camp and you did something unique and interesting and you had good success with it, you want to share it with people, this is a great place to do that in this summer camp marketing support group on Facebook. So that is what we're all about. All right, we have a number of topics that are going to be coming up over the course of the next several weeks. Just a few of those that we're working on. One is going to be SEO and website improvements, ways that you can improve your website so that you get better SEO. That is search engine optimization. That is placement on the pages when somebody does a Google search in your area for example, summer camps near me, how to improve your placement locally or even nationally. So that'll be a topic we're going to cover. We're also going to cover staff recruitment and retention is a topic, and I'm hoping to have a special guest speaker who has some ideas on retention, and we have a whole big packet of recruiting ideas that you'll get in that one. We're also going to be doing a presentation on email marketing and hitting the inbox. There's been a ton of problems from some changes that both Google or Gmail made this year and Yahoo made this year in terms of their rules for email delivery. And a lot of people, if you are having problems getting into the inbox or having your emails bounce and things like that, you are in very good company because it's happening to everyone all over the place. And it just started in January. So if you're having troubles with that, we're going to be covering that topic a little bit later, not today and on another occasion. And so again, I'll have some guest speakers for that. We also will have possibly one on nonprofits. We have enough people who are running nonprofits and want some nonprofit tips. And we'll do a program on that. And I'm really curious to know what other kinds of hot topics you have in mind, if there's anything that would be really interesting to you to hear about from a summer camp management perspective, summer camp marketing perspective, anything that you would want to talk about in these. Right now, my plan is for these to be weekly. And then probably as we get a little bit closer to this season, they'll back off to being maybe every other week because I know y'all will get very busy. Right now is a good time to like do some learning, and these will all be recorded. They'll all be available maybe a day later on our YouTube channel, and they'll also be posted permanently in the Facebook group that I'm talking about. Again, the Facebook group is called Summer Camp Marketing Support Group. That's what it's called. All right. So today my topic is social media safety and protecting your business on both Facebook and Instagram. And so this to me, I felt like this is a good topic to start with because I personally have been twice, and I've never had my account hacked, thank goodness, but twice I've been scammed on Facebook, and it's very frustrating. And I also know of a lot of people who have had their accounts actually hacked and actually taken away from them by a scammer, a spammer, scammer, whatever you want to call them, that are basically taking over an account and doing all kinds of mischief. And if you read any articles about this topic, you will know that there are many, many things that these hackers do, and you know what their nefarious goals are with stealing people's accounts and doing things. And honestly, they even sell these accounts. So being really careful with your own personal account and your business account on Facebook and Instagram is incredibly important. I have personal friends we're in Dayton, Ohio, and I have personal friends who had a business account that was hacked through one of their employees' accounts. And they had been, had a Facebook presence for their business for many years. Had even gone through a name change of their company, and they lost their whole account and could never get it back. They basically had to create a new account, but it creates such a massive headache, not to mention just stress. And, you'll have a couple of days where all you can think about is the fact that you've lost access to your very precious business Facebook account. And that is a horrible thing. Plus, those scammers can go on and start posting things that are they could be things that feel embarrassing to you or feel against the grain of what it is that your business is. And suddenly you have customers who are following you and they're seeing things that are like, what in the world are they posting about? And that can be embarrassing. And furthermore, those hackers can get in and start running ads. If your business account, which many business accounts are, hooked up to the Meta Business Suite, where you also have your sort of financial portal, that is where you would put your credit card or banking information so that you can run Facebook ads. If you have that connected up, those scammers can get on there and start running ads on your Facebook account, your business account, that are going to products or services that aren't even things that you offer, but they're sort of like hijacking your business reputation and, selling something that doesn't even exist. So for all of these reasons are really good reasons why you really want to be safe on these social media websites. And so that's kind of the why behind why I decided to do this topic. So I did a little bit of research on kind of where were the most frequently hacked accounts. And by far, and probably could be anything from 2 times as much to 7 times as much, Facebook accounts are hacked versus Instagram accounts. So Instagram accounts are still hacked. That is true. But more frequently, those are going to be of like real high-end content creators or people that have very large followings. I mean, that's what they want to hack, is somebody who has a big audience. They're not going to be trying to hack personal people as much because it's just not as easy for them to get money out of it on Instagram as it is on Facebook. So I think that your Facebook account, and that's where I'm going to start this conversation, is showing you how you can secure your Facebook account. Let's see some of the statistics that I got. Instagram, someone is hacked every 10 minutes on Instagram. This is according to a Forbes article. There's another website called hacked.com, protecting your digital life. Up to 50,000 accounts, Instagram accounts, are hacked every year. 85% of users at one time or another have been hacked or have been something has been breached on their account. On Facebook, the statistics are like 300,000 accounts are hacked every day. That sounds like mind-boggling to me. On the other hand, I have just so many personal friends that I know have been hacked. And there's a difference between like when a scammer hacks into your account and basically takes over your account, they change your password, you can no longer get in. And of course, Facebook does nothing to try to help you. They basically say, this person isn't violating our, whatever community standards, whatever they say. But there's a difference between that and Facebook shutting down an account. And I've seen that recently where Facebook, because of maybe the nature of the things that you post, or that somehow or other they feel like something you posted was inappropriate or something, and they can shut down your account. Those you can sometimes get back into the account. And I have had recently, since January of this year, 2025, two friends who had their accounts shut down, and they were able to get back into their account after, and actually it was a relatively short amount of time. That was good. But the hackers, that's where the real danger is. So this is just a huge, huge, huge issue, and it's really important for your business that you make sure that your accounts are protected. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your own personal account is protected with what's called two-factor authentication. And I think a lot of people, like, to me, that sounds very technical and very sort of like hard to do and everything. I'm going to show you in just a moment. It's super, super easy. It's something that will take you just a couple of minutes and to get it set up, and then you're protected. There's no reason not to do it, really. And so I'm going to, let's see, I need to share a certain thing on my screen. Hang on one second. All right, I just want to show you quickly where you go in order to change your or add two-factor authentication on your Facebook account. So I'm here in my own Facebook account, and up here in this upper right corner over here, you see my face, and I'm hovering over it. It says account. There's a little drop-down arrow, and on that, you're going to come to a menu item called Settings and Privacy. You're going to click on that. Then you're going to go to this one that says Privacy Checkup. Now, unfortunately, both mine and Bill's accounts are already set up with two-factor authentication, so I can't actually show you the process of doing it. I can just promise you that it's extremely easy to do. But this is it right here, how to keep your account secure. So you're going to click on that. Now again, with mine, it already says that two-factor authentication is on, but it's also checking to make sure that my password is okay. You need to have a password that's strong, and they'll identify whether they feel like it's strong enough. And you need things like upper and lowercase letters, a certain number, at least like I think 8, and then some numbers and maybe a special character or whatever. And then the other thing that's on is login alerts. And that's where if ever anybody attempts to log in with my my Facebook account, I get a notification both on my Facebook and on my phone that says that someone is trying to log in as me, and it will give me the chance to like either approve it. So sometimes it is actually me trying to log on using a different device or something like that, or it notifies me that some other person was attempting to log on as me. So this is where you would go. And the other thing you can do is, again, under settings and privacy. Once again, I'm coming up here, clicking on this little down arrow under settings and privacy. There's this privacy center. Inside the privacy center, there's all kinds of articles and information that allow you to easily check your own privacy settings and make sure and understand more about what those are, review your settings, read articles about the topic, etc. So there's all kinds of information that they provide to you, but it is extremely easy to set this up, and literally would take you probably, it's going to take you 2 minutes, honestly, to get your settings done correctly using this little clicking this little area right here, and it will get you set up. Okay, so that was the first topic, which is preparing your own Facebook account to be set up with two-factor authentication. The next thing is actually setting up your business account to be as secure as possible. And so I have a couple of other videos that I'm going to share with you. Once again, let me get this. Okay, I now want to discuss the doing the same thing, the two-factor authentication, or making sure that your settings are set properly for your business account on Facebook. And I'm logged in now as Camps Rock. Once again, I already mentioned this, but you want to make sure that anyone who has admin privileges on your account for your business already has two-factor authentication set on their personal account. So it doesn't matter if it's somebody who is a staff person, or whatever, they need to have two-factor authentication on their personal account before they can be an admin on your business page, because you can have your business page hacked by someone who has hacked an employee of yours if they didn't have two-factor authentication set. So make sure that that's the case. So I'm going to quickly go over, once again, I'm going to use this. We're going to go to settings and privacy. So I'm up here in this upper right hand corner where you see the icon that represents your account. So we're clicking on that little down arrow. We're going to settings and privacy. We're going to go to privacy center. And right here we can look at, again, it looks very similar. Various things about settings, policies, articles, and things like that. But we can do this privacy checkup. It's going to take us here. Now, this to me, I feel like they have a bug here, because if you click on Privacy Center, it's silly. It takes you back here. You click on Privacy Checkup, it takes you back here. It doesn't really do anything. What you really want to do is, there's a couple of things. First of all, I like to go look at the page setup and look at who has access to your page. This right here where it says page access. And here I can see, again, I feel like they have a bug here, because there is Bill, my husband, Bill Potter. Bill also has access to our Camps Rock page, but for some reason it doesn't actually show him here. But this is where you would give access. Let's say, for example, you hired somebody who's going to do like post on your behalf. You would give them task access. You would not give them full Facebook access necessarily if what you want them to do is just, post some articles or post some graphics or whatever for you on your Facebook page. People with full Facebook access are going to have like basically everything. They're able to get into your business suite. They're able to run ads on your behalf. They're basically able to do everything with your business. And so anyone, literally anyone who has your full Facebook access needs to have two-factor authentication on their own account. All right. Okay, and I want to mention there that I said I had already mentioned this, but I hadn't actually talked about this yet. But this idea of having everyone in your business who has access to your Facebook account should have two-factor authentication turned on. This is the company I mentioned in Dayton that had their whole page hacked. And it was because there was somebody in the company, it was an employee who did not have two-factor authentication turned on. Their account was hacked. That hacker got into, because they were an approved person on the business. And this probably happened because it was set up back before Facebook had these sort of, you'll see in a moment, Facebook already has certain things that are kind of defaulted to protect you against this. But if you have an older Facebook account, things could be set up in a way that somebody has full access to your account, but doesn't have two-factor authentication on their personal account. And the next thing you know, somebody has control of your business account. And then they change the password and then you can't get back in again. So anyway, that is important. So now I have a second video that talks about another aspect of the business side of setting up your security. Okay, so from here, we're actually going to go down to page details. So we're looking for control over what we are going to show to people, page details. And under here, we're looking at the Meta Business Suite. We're going to click on that. And you're going to go down here to where it says Settings. Click on Settings. And over here, we're on this left-hand side, people who have access to our business portfolio or our Meta Business Suite. And that is Bill, my husband, and myself. Okay, so this is showing who has access to our system. From here, you're going to scroll down and you're going to use the Security Center. It's about 7 up from the bottom. Security Center. Okay, and in the Security Center, you'll see, and this is right here, Facebook's own recommendation for you is two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication makes it harder for others to gain access to your business portfolio and take control of your assets. So, who's required to turn on two-factor authentication? You can have it set to no one. I think it defaults to admins only. You can have it set to no one. I would highly not recommend that. Or you can set it to everyone. I'm actually going to change mine to be set to everyone. We don't have anyone who is managing our Facebook posts and our ads or anything for us. But honestly, I would not want anybody who has access to the business page to not have two-factor authentication on. And so it's telling us right here, 0 out of 2 people need to turn on two-factor authentication before they can access. So both Bill and I have two-factor authentication turned on, and we both satisfy this requirement. And so we're able to get into it. And then this is the other thing that I talked about, which is having a backup admin. You should have at least one other person who can get into your business account in case you ever get locked out of it for any reason. So there's a check mark here showing that we do have a backup admin, and that's Bill and I. So the two of us together are the two admins on the account, and we're able to recover the account. I mean, it's never happened, but got an extra person. So those are the things that I would recommend that you do. Sorry, I forgot that one ended quite abruptly. But anyway, so that gives you an idea of what you would want to do on Facebook. And it's not uncommon at all to have somebody, like perhaps to hire somebody to manage your Facebook ads or even all of your social media ads, but you must keep in mind that when you give someone access to that, you need to really trust that person and have it set up so that they have to have that two-factor authentication and trust that they're like I would not hire just someone random from, some um virtual assistant type of business or something if I was not really comfortable that they would do the proper things with my account. But anyway, those settings will definitely help you quite a bit. It won't totally guarantee that you would never ever be hacked, but it would help an awful lot. So there was one last little thing that I wanted to show you, and this is securing your Instagram business account. And you would do the same thing with your Instagram personal account. I think that the way Instagram, I may or may not be right about this. First of all, I think Instagram is much less kind of dangerous, in my opinion, than Facebook. I think Facebook is just open to all kinds of problems in terms of getting hacked and security. But there are also risks on Instagram, and you should have two-factor authentication set up on your own personal account. But this particular little video I'm going to show you now is specifically about, this is about setting up Instagram for your business account. That is your two-factor authentication, or yeah. Okay, I wanted to also show you very quickly about setting up this two-factor authentication on your Instagram side. So I'm logged in on Instagram here as Camps Rock, and I'm just going to go over to the Camps Rock page. I'm going to click on this round thing that looks like a gear. This is our settings. There's a number of different ways actually that you can get into settings, but this is one of them, and you click here on settings and privacy. And when you get there, here is where you're going to, oh, it's right here, Meta Accounts Center. This whole thing will take you over to Meta and your password and security information. So now we're in the Accounts Center, and it shows you all of the things that are my accounts. This is actually my daughter's account. Somehow, when she was a little girl, she created it on my account, and so there it sits. Anyway, so I'm going to look at my Camps Rock on Instagram, and basically I just want to look at my password and security things. So I'm selecting password and security options, and here's two-factor authentication, and right here I want to do two-factor authentication on my Camps Rock account on Instagram. That's the one I'm interested in looking at right now. And it says two-factor authentication is on. If it was not on, this would be then a screen to help you get it set up. And again, it's literally going to take you less than 2 minutes to do it. It is recommending to me here that we install a backup method that is an authentication app. Once again, I had a bad experience with one of those, and I just am sort of like, yeah, I should do what I tell you to do myself. So, right. So a backup method is probably a wise choice. It's just what happened was when Bill got a new phone, everything was sent to go to his Microsoft Authenticator, which is an app that you can have. And he got a new phone. We did everything that we were supposed to do. We, backed up his phone and put all the new information into his new phone and all of that, and then cleared off his old phone and sent it back to the company. And then we could not get Microsoft Authenticator to work properly. We were trying to get into some of our very critical business tools that we needed, and we couldn't get into it, and nobody could help us get in. And I'm telling you, we stressed about that for a couple of hours before we got it figured out. We did finally get in, and it worked, but I could not even tell you right now how we managed to do it. But anyway, so yeah, I probably should do a backup method. That was 2 years ago, and my guess is they have improved the way those things work, and getting a new phone would not. And anyways, we've had the experience. Now we know when you get a new phone to be extremely careful with this kind of stuff. But Anyway, yeah, so that's just basically the place you would go on Instagram to check to make sure that you're set up properly with two-factor authentication on Instagram. All right. So that's it. That's our topic for today. I hope that was helpful to you and maybe encourages you to make sure that those things are set up. It really, like I said, it takes so little time and the headaches that it will save you to just have two-factor authentication and have all these different security things set up. And I really feel like even though there's many things we can complain about Facebook and Meta and Instagram, and they are tools of our work. I mean, for most of us, like trying to market without social media would be really a very different story. But yeah, I just feel like the effort that it takes is so small compared to the headaches it will save you if anything were to go wrong. So you just really do not want your personal or your business accounts to get hacked, to lose access to them, specifically for your business. You know, when you're trying to run a business, the last thing you need is to be spending your time doing things that are just like chasing down problems that were caused by just the fact that, you know, something maybe wasn't done right. And that happens all the time. That's the way business is. You're flexible and, you know, do what has to be done. But it would be great to just avoid it from the get-go and not have that sort of thing happen. And so, yeah, so that's my thoughts for the day. If you have any questions at all, we don't right now have any questions, but if you have any questions at all, send me an email. I also, as I said at the beginning of this program, I would love to know what kinds of not hot topics or things that are, you know, burning topics that you want us to talk about in these live sessions. Please send me a little email and let me know what you want to talk about, because I'm open to all kinds of topics having to do with summer camp marketing or running a summer camp. So, all right, I hope you have a great day and stay in touch. And don't forget to put your camps in Camps Rock, because that's the whole point. I mean, it's free. You can get your camps listed, and don't forget about your spring break camps that are coming up really soon. You can get those in Camps Rock too. So, yeah. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.